Some outdated things you'll notice in the new Land Cruiser is this old manual handbrake. Kind of love that. You don't have 3-blink indicator to switch lanes, so you have to click it all the way down. And then you have old clock radio font for the climate and the time readout there. And just the overall interior feels a little bit outdated. The Land Cruiser may be getting a little bit outdated, but you do have some modern tech like wireless charging for your cell phone, heated and cooled seats with auto level settings. You have heated rear seats, heated steering, lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring. Then you also have a 360 camera because you need it when you try to park this giant behemoth. Between the Lexus LX and the Land Cruiser, I'm going to go Land Cruiser because of the legendary brand name. It is still one of the few capable real SUVs that you can go off-roading with. Also, I believe the Land Cruiser has a higher departure and approach angle than the Lexus LX does, so Land Cruiser for me. For 2020, the Land Cruiser gets a special edition heritage model as seen here. It celebrates 60 plus years of the Land Cruiser. Toyota will only be building a limited amount of these heritage edition models. So if you want one and you're a fan, get to a local Toyota dealership really quick. I anticipate these things becoming a collector's item and holding value for years to come. The Heritage model gets this awesome vintage Toyota Land Cruiser badge, which is a cool callback to the older models. You have 18-inch BBS bronze wheels with Toyota center caps, which look really nice. The running boards have been deleted, so you really have to pull yourself up to get into this SUV. And then on the front, you have black accented grille with dark chrome, dark housings for the headlamps. And then my favorite exterior feature on the Heritage model is this Yakima Mega Warrior roof rack, which looks really boss. The Heritage model Land Cruiser only gets 2 rows, so if you want 3 rows, you have to go for the regular Land Cruiser model. They also deleted the cool box on the inside, which was one of my favorite features. I don't know why they did that. So you just have regular storage. And then you can only get the Heritage model in exclusive black leather with contrast bronze stitching to match the wheels on the outside. Pricing for the Land Cruiser starts above $85,000. The Heritage model here is almost $88,000. One thing you have to know about the Land Cruiser is that everything comes standard. There's no packages or options to add. The only thing you could really add is the rear entertainment package on the regular model for about $2,000. But other than that, it comes standard with everything you see here. We all know that Toyota loves hybrids and loves great fuel economy, but none of that stuff here. Power still comes from the legendary 5.7-liter V8, making 381 horsepower and 401 pound-feet of torque, and that's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and this engine will last you for years and years to come. It's got a naturally aspirated V8, so it must be quick, and it is. Considering the weight of this thing, I'm pretty impressed. 0 to 60, I've clocked in at 6.9 seconds. Top speed comes in at 114 miles an hour. As you can see from my 3P comparison, the Land Cruiser is one of the most expensive models in this segment, and it is facing tough competition from the BMW X7, Cadillac Escalade, Infiniti QX80, Mercedes-Benz GLS, but it is still one of the real SUVs out there that will allow you to go anywhere and do anything. This is where it starts to hurt. Fuel economy-wise, the Land Cruiser gets 13 city, 17 highway. You have a 24.6 gallon tank capacity. I'm averaging an outstanding and amazing 12.7 miles a gallon. That is amazing, he said sarcastically. This is probably one of the heaviest cars I've ever reviewed. The Heritage model here weighs 5,715 pounds. The regular Land Cruiser weighs over 5,800 pounds. That's insane. The Land Cruiser hasn't changed much, has it? It's largely been the same since 2009, keeping its legendary boxy shape while other automakers are going for a more softer look based on car platforms. This thing still continues to look like a real SUV, and the Heritage model here looks really cool and rugged. The Land Cruiser stands at 78 inches, and with the Yakima Mega Warrior roof rack, this thing is even taller, so I'm definitely not taking this into parking garages at all. Imagine that would be a disaster. Unlike the 4Runner that I just tested, which had halogen headlamps, the Land Cruiser gets LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, LED fog lamps, and it better because as equipped here, it costs over $88,000. Let's take a look at the taillights back here, which look really nice. And I turned the indicators on so you can see them because you like that kind of stuff. The Heritage Edition Land Cruiser can only be had in 2 colors, including the Blizzard Pearl that you see here and Midnight Black. I would definitely get the Midnight Black because I bet it looks really cool with those BBS bronze wheels on it. Speaking of the wheels, let's just take a closer look at them because I love them. These are 18-inch BBS bronze wheels with Toyota center caps, and there's a TRD logo right there. I just love these wheels a lot. Since the Heritage model doesn't have a 3rd row, you get a lot of cargo capacity. Bear with me here because it takes a while. The Land Cruiser does have a split gate. The top half is automatic, and then you pull this here to bring down the lower part, and then you have 53.5 cubic feet of space behind the 2nd row, and with the 2nd row folded, you have about 83 cubic feet, so plenty of room to basically put anything in the world you want there. There is no doubt that the interior of the Land Cruiser is getting outdated, but it is still very nice in here, very luxurious. You have really soft plush leather seats. You have what looks like real wood trim, but it's probably not real wood trim. And then you have soft touch squishy materials all around the cabin. It's really nice in here, but it is very outdated for sure. Not much to go crazy about when it comes to the infotainment system here. You don't have Apple CarPlay, you don't have Android Auto, which I find very disappointing for a car that cost over $88,000 as seen here. But just to give you a quick tour, that's the home screen. Here's the nav screen. Here's info, apps, audio, phone, and setup. It is a touch screen, so you can, touch stuff and go to whatever it is, but not that exciting. One thing I did find kind of annoying, you see all these awesome HVAC controls here. You can't change the fan speed from here. To change the fan speed, click climate, and then you have to touch the screen to do that. That's kind of annoying. Sound system duties are taken care of by a 14-speaker JBL synthesis audio system, and it absolutely slaps. One thing I've really come to appreciate about the Land Cruiser is these amazing plush leather seats. They're so comfortable, perfect for a long cruise. And then you have 34.4 inches of legroom for rear passengers. Let's get in here. I have to pull myself up because, there's no running boards. Anyway, so say your front passenger is tall, your front driver is tall, you still have 34.4 inches of legroom. Then you have heated rear seats as standard. You have 4-zone climate control, so you get your own climate control back here. And if you want, as an option on the regular Land Cruiser model, not on the Heritage, you can get a rear entertainment package for about $2,000 or something dollars, but that's really as much as excitement as it gets back here. Door open and close sound from the outside and from the inside. Pretty solid. This is how the horn sounds on the Toyota Land Cruiser. Nice. So the Land Cruiser is probably the perfect doomsday vehicle, and with everything going on, I'm glad I have this for the week. Anyway, now that I've answered all of your questions about the 2020 Toyota Land Cruiser, let me give you my opinion on what I think about this real SUV. Oh man, I'm just dreaming about a zombie apocalypse and, having this to drive around in. Now, I'm not going to even begin to pretend that I know all those off-roading buttons and what they do, because if you've been watching me for a while, I don't go off-roading. I don't know much about off-roading. But the question on all of our minds is probably, who is buying an $85,000 plus Toyota Land Cruiser over cars like the BMW X7, Mercedes-Benz GLS, which start like around $75,000? Who's really picking this over them? After giving it much thought, honestly, the people that buy the Land Cruiser are people that want a real SUV, an off-roading machine, or a machine that's going to last them for years and years to come. Unlike other brands in this segment, the one from England who claims to be an off-roading king, but ends up breaking down quite a bit. But yeah, the Land Cruiser is going to last you so long. Just at 100,000 miles, this thing will probably just start breaking in and getting used to the craziness that you put it through. I honestly believe that there's no innovative tech or an innovative infotainment system here that has Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, for the very reason that Toyota wants this thing to last forever. Those innovative infotainment systems do have the ability to, or the tendency to, glitch out, start getting slow. Take Cadillac's Q system, for example. It came out, everybody was excited about it, and it had a lot of glitches. It would slow down, it would freeze up. This infotainment, while it's not that exciting, it will last forever. It won't give you any issues. Everything in here just works. So since I don't go off-roading, would I pick the Land Cruiser as my daily driver? As a daily driver, this thing is very, very comfortable, very smooth. Obviously, it might not be as planted and smooth as a BMW X7 or a GLS, but at the same time, it is pretty quiet in here, very smooth, very comfortable. The seats are amazing. I totally love them a lot. So yeah, it is a very cool and comfortable daily driver. So the question then becomes, would I buy a Land Cruiser? And honestly, I would. If I had a bunch of money left over and if I was rich and I needed to add another SUV to my garage, the Land Cruiser would be it, because it would last me forever and ever. Now, the Land Cruiser is rumored to be gone from the US starting 2022. So if you want a Land Cruiser, better get your hands on one now. And if you want something that will hold its value and become a collector's item, the Heritage Edition here will definitely become one. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Omar Drives, because that's where I get all the questions that I answer in these videos, and the sun's burning my face. But yeah, follow me on Instagram, because that's where I get all the questions that I answer in these videos. And hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.